Pounce with a smoker pull in the back. Spit going down on top of that as well.
The smoker's still not clear. What the heck?
Smoker took forever to be cleared. K3, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I definitely think that smoker, even regardless of the ping, I think that smoker clear was a little bit too slow. Nice pounce by the hunter. Just did exactly what it was trying to do. Distracted the survivors with its short pouncing, making a lot of noise up top, and then just pounce through the trees. And on 200 ping, when you've got a hunter flying in the dark through the trees at you, it's pretty hard to shoot. And they really capitalized off that. And 2-2 and got a lot of damage. And speaking of damage, we've got a really nice hit going in here. Charger getting a bit of a whiff there. One move going out. A lot of punches going in on the survivors. So not quite as big as it seemed like it was going to be, but this SI are getting consistent damage on the survivors at this point.
They truly are. And at this point, you know, survivors have to automatically start thinking, okay, if we're taking this much damage, what are we doing? Are we moving too fast? Are we moving too slow? How are we doing as a unit? And in this case, it's just been almost perfect special infected timing combined with the fact, you know, they haven't really been able to get set. And right there, again, it happens. 22 damage pounce goes out. Spit goes down on top of that. Smoker gets some scratches as well. That is going to push David too slow right there as they kill that jockey off. K3, it's a considerable amount of damage per hit that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I think this is currently boiling down to, just like with the survivor side of 5MO, Team 5MO is just making Team Bali Squad play at their pace. I think that Bali Squad needs to slow it down a little bit because they're kind of not, they're just kind of holding W while these hits are coming in. And there's going to be, you know, lots of comments taking their attention away from the SI. And they haven't been able to get the shutdowns on any SI, and pretty much everything has landed so far. So I think that they need to start controlling the pace a little bit more.
Completely agree, and the tank gives up for Team 5MO into the hands of Kiyomi, looking to do some of that pace control from the special infected side right now, and electing to get this log that you usually see tanks bring into this area, because that log is the best chance you have at getting damaged inside this hallway. The tank on the last F did not bring it, and I think it's kind of necessary to doing any kind of real damage. As is a special infected hit, this one's going to be a smoker jockey and a charger as we have a pause going out right here, K3. But I think this tank's probably going to like this, or maybe a boom for the commit.
Yeah, Nick is currently staring down the barrel of this log, and it's getting hit. That is a log roll. And Rochelle needs to really watch out for this. This could, I mean, Tank could have just grinded that out if he wanted to. Alex is going to get the M2 on the jockey, but the jockey's still alive. He gets nicely covered by the charger. There's 3 survivors still up, but jockey lands on, jockey is on top of the log, gets cleared off eventually, but this is now 2 incaps, and the tank is still sitting at 70% health with 2 survivors still up and a log to play with.
He really wants this log. He really, really wants this log.
I mean, it's worked out for him so far.
It has, and now he's going back to it. I mean, this is obviously the way to win Left 4 Dead 2 games, is to use hittables in effective ways, and this is obviously very, very effective right now. Rock going out onto Rochelle and landing. That's going to be 100 pounds going in. Tank's going to throw another rock right there, and that is going to be the wipe for Team 5MO on their home server on to Team Baller Squad. Yeah, K3, they weren't really able to do much there after Nick took that early down.
Yeah, since unfortunately Pod's the game, just staring down on this giant tree stump. And I think that regardless of what Sense did at that point, it wasn't really a good way to dodge that hittable. So just kind of unfortunate timing there. From there, it just kind of spiraled out of control, and another logging cap came out, and yeah, the SI support just cleaned up all the rest of it.
Yeah, and that is an unfortunate way to start. You don't want to be down, you know, 1,200 points in a series on the first map, but thankfully for them, there's some time left to deal with this. I'm seeing some interesting trails for this SMG bullets. Am I nuts? You see what I'm talking about? When Nick shoots his gun?
Nick has stopped shooting his gun.
Yes, it was happening before, I swear to you. There were multicolored things coming out of Nick's gun.
I'm gonna need you to submit your demos rails. Yeah. I think that you forgot to turn your cheats off for this cast. Exactly. And then Nick is just cheating through you. I think is what's happening.
Yeah, probably. It's like vicarious hacking. That's what I want to say.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, we do have a Charger, Boomer, Smoker, and a Jockey for Team Baller Squad right here. And no Spitter here, so it's unfortunate for them in that regard, but it's nice in the fact that they land a 1 boom onto Ellis there. And now the Charger, Smoker, and Jockey here at K3, they're probably going to wait as long as they can, I would say.
Oh yeah, they're in no rush. I think that this is a pretty good map for SI to be able to accumulate a lot of damage regardless of the connection of the other team. So yeah, I think they just got to manage these choke points. But the survivors kind of push up unchallenged, and they're just going to get the clear on the Jockey for free. It seemed like the Jockey was the only SI really ready for that push up, and managed to land, but got cleared off. And by the time that the Jockey was clear, the SI were trying to go in. Hunter got really nicely skeeted there, and that's pretty much all she wrote for that choke point.
Yeah, and now the thing is, okay, if you're on Team 5MO, you want to maximize the time between hits, especially because you're taking as long as you are on Survivor side to maximize each little bit of damage that you can stop from happening. So now, you know, they've got a good lead, they have the pace entirely under their control, and they can work themselves into areas like this where they're perfectly ready to kill whatever comes at them. This time, that's going to be a Hunter, Boomer, Jockey, and a Spitter for this hit from Team BS right here. Hunter already pre-spawned to the left, crouching, making noise. Boomer to the right, looking for some kind of spawn. Jockey climbing over the wall. M2 going out right there. Hunter going in the back, going to land onto Nick, but the Spitter got picked. K3 again, perfect positioning from our Survivor team here.
Yeah, I mean, the ESI did a better job at landing on the survivors that time, but the clears has just been way too on point. Yeah, I mean, the survivors are just showing real consistency in their positioning and their awareness, and they're basically taking hits every single time exactly where they want to, which is always great to see. Looks like Tank is going to be up here at 84%, so that's probably going to be fought on the big hill. So I think I've only ever seen that tank either do a ton of damage or basically no damage. There's kind of no in between there.
Exactly. Honestly, though, with that area forward, like, they can take it next to the house. There's one area behind the house that is actually banned, but the only real risk of that forward spot with the hill is the in-cap that can come from getting charged or punched down there. We do have a smoker pole getting cleared right there. Charger's not going to land. Boomer does get a single arc boom from that hilltop, and that Jockey is going to be dragging Nick away for a nice little bit of chip damage on that hit. That I would say is closer to acceptable if you're Team BS.
Yeah, if you get that much damage on every hit, then you're looking pretty good from Team Baller Squad. But unfortunately, those hits have been kind of, you know, about 1 in 10 so far. So, yeah, it's I mean, it's exceptionally harder to land when you're sitting on, what, 240 ping or whatever. But these tank fights are going to be super crucial. I mean, they're going to quickly run out of opportunities to close the score differential and stop the survivors from getting such massive health bonuses. Because then, you know, it's so much easier to go into your home server when you're staring down anything less than, like, you know, a 4,000 point differential. And again, SI kind of going in before the survivors really committed to the choke point here. I think that they kind of rushed in with the Hunter there. It was a nice 1 boom arc over the fence there. But,
yeah. I mean, the survivors are using, you know, all the space that they can on Team 5MO right there. That's a little bit of an error by Rochelle to get charged against that fence, and that Boomer is going to get a double boom right there. The Spit was not able to capitalize on the charge target. However, again, though, survivors have the ability to hold S and go backwards. They're going to have this hit cleared now. You might say, all right, why did they afford the Special Infected another hit just to be that careful? You know, they're not worried about, like, that level of pace. Like, they are confident in their ability on their home server to get from point A to point B to point C, you know, without taking a massive amount of damage. So they're going to play it as long as they want to, or they can cover as much ground as they want to. And right now, they're pushing all the way to the mouth of this event, where the tank will be up into the hands of David, aka C7, after
they're going to get to hold out this event before the tank spawn.
Yeah. Yeah, they
or they're
are.
going to they're actually going to push into it. This could be interesting. If they go too much more further forward, tank will spawn and there will be a horde to commit with that. But if I were the survivors, I'd go back to the hill and just wait out this this pretty short horde right now.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I mean, they're going to try to push to this corner without spawning that tank, and I think they're actually going to find the exact spot. Look at that. That precision on Survivor side right there. Well, until he runs far and triggers it there now, but you know, most of this horde is already dead because of how well they positioned that and kind of, like, spaced that out. That boomer dying helps their case as well. I think they're going to have no event to deal with going forward, and they also haven't wasted any time in getting back, because this horde's going to be dead by the time this tank gets close to them.
Yeah, this tank kind of had to go, but unfortunately there was just no way for him to catch up to the survivors in time to get
Here
out of
can
there. And
go.
yeah, there's no boomer here to set up on all these multiple spawns around them, and now tank's gonna take a lot of chip coming out of this, and yeah, this is looking really grim for the survivors, for the SI so far. Just cutting back up this hill. Tank is already at 50% health, and all the SI already
Oh,
pre-spawned
the
in
spawns
front.
got blocked! That is going to be a pull and a punch there. Tank looking for a follow-up onto Ellis as well. Jockey is going to die, pushing in, trying to find literally anything, but nothing really doing there. And now the horde restarts, Kather.
Yeah, I guess it's not a big surprise that the horde restarted afterward. I mean, it's typical most of the time that the horde will stop if the tank spawns. But I didn't know that would happen on this one. But yeah, again, the survivors coming out of that tank for the second time in a row with only taking one punch. So just pretty expertly handled. Charger's going in looking for something, but that initiation by the Charger's is not going to land them anything. I think they really need to just kind of lock down their coordination on these SI hits, or else because when they're kind of going in one by one and whatnot, it just hasn't been able to land on them.
Exactly, and here you really want a charger. Like, you really want a charger for these indoor areas, because it's so easy to land that. I mean, even on, like, a ping situation like this, if you can get a short charge into a wall, like, that's all you really need. Right now, though, this Hunter is going to be jumping and bouncing around, not able to land quite yet. A single boom does go out onto Rochelle right there, with the Hunter now waiting around the corner, and that's going to be the Hunter going and getting skeeted. Jockey as well, not going to land. Survivors holding S again there, K3, and there's like a hit and a half left before they're in the safe room with an abominable amount of bonus.
Yeah, this is currently looking at a 1,000 bonus, like, for the second map in a row, which would put their score total at almost. They would put the score total for two maps at over 3,000 points, which I don't think I've ever seen 3,000 for two maps before, especially only maps that are 500 and 600 distance apiece. So this has just been a very impressive from Team 5MO, just showing that they seem to be reckoned with, and that was an amazing skeet they Rakiyomi, and this Boomer's going to go down on that thing. And
that's amazing. That jump and slice by Ellis there. Zin into the safe room they go. 3,024 points on the first two maps of Haunted Forest.
Haunted Forest of all maps. Yeah, this is this is domination. I mean,
well, this is a beautiful game being played by Team 5MO right now. Like, it's just a beautiful side. Like, this is, like, you can say this is a textbook example. No, this is a clinic on how to play Survivor on your home server, honestly.
Yeah, if you're ever wondering how to play a custom map and stay calm and collected, this is how you do it. This is the textbook Survivor play for that, for sure.
Okay, do you see what I'm talking about now? Look at the survivors shooting out of the safe room.
I mean, I see the lights. I'm not sure what.
That's
it's just
talking about.
Okay. I thought you were saying, but the actual spray pattern itself was weird.
No.
Okay.
No. Like the lights.
Okay.
Yes.
I've honestly. Okay, Asian server safe rooms, I've stopped questioning anything that happens in them. You're climbing up walls, you're auto B-hopping, you're putting on jetpacks. Nice shutdown on the Boomer there, by sense onto Kiyomi. That's kind of what you want to start seeing. And, you know, survivors, I mean, Team Bog Squad, they are able to definitely make these safe rooms and, you know, keep the score differential at least somewhat more manageable. But that's a really nice hit going in by the SI onto the survivors. Double charge landing. Quick smoke coming out onto Ellis there, and Jockey landed for a couple seconds as well. So for no spitter or Boomer landing, that's quite a bit of damage.
I will say authoritatively that I was not the person using no spread in our match. 100% not. Was not me. Anyway, we have a Was it? Probably going to be a 3-1, honestly, coming up with a... Nope, 2-2. Jockey, Spitter, Boomer, and a Hunter for this outside hit. We have that Hunter and that Boomer going in from the back. Nice double cap, though, landing with that Jockey and Hunter in the corner. Spit going down. This is not what they need, K3.
Lupe just took, I think, the longest route out of that spit possible. I think he lost his keys in there somewhere and went for a dive to go look for it.
Oh man, I mean, it's unfortunate because, like, they dove him in a corner and then, like, having that charger land the way that it did is just not what you can afford to have happen if you're playing from behind in this way so far. I mean, they still have to go a fair half of this map to get to the tank spawn too. That's the thing. Like, this is not going to be ideal. It's not going to be ideal there with that double boom going out with a special infected hit following in on it being a quickly cleared smoker and a charger that also whiffed, but survivors getting hoarded right here with that high ping. Another smoker pull going out, going to be instantly cleared. This charger looks like he wants to save for the next hit, but K3, Team 5-0 are also taking advantage of that low ping by hitting as fast and as a unit.
Yeah, they're being very aggressive, but you know what? All things considered, if you're playing Haunted Forest on 200 ping and you're sitting at this health, with maybe 1-2 more hits before the tank, that's pretty passable. I think that we're a little bit spoiled by the Survivor play of 5MO that our expectations are now so high that it's like anything less than I mean, you can't expect that all the time from every Survivor team ever. So, I mean, I think this has been actually pretty decent mitigation for the damage by Team Baller Squad so far. So they seem to be tightening up a little bit more. They're getting more shutdowns. Not everything is landing quite like it did on map 1. So it's good to see them, regardless of the monstrous Survivor sides that we saw from Team 5MO, they're staying coordinated and they're not giving up.
Ooh, nice charge spit going out in the back there as well on to Ellis with a Jockey going in on top of that, just adding more damage onto Infested Soul right. That, again, unfortunate amount of damage to that area, but you take what you can get. That's, however, going to be a boom going out and an alarm car being shot right there by Sense. That's not going to be ideal. They already have one survivor bleeding. They're going to be moving to the corner to kill off the rest of this horde, and they're going to have spawns above them for this as well, K3. They might be in a very, very dangerous situation here in a second.
Yeah, I think the survivors should at least run over to where the truck is to take out this horde. I think that just based on watching where the survivors are looking, they seem to have a familiarity on some of the good spots to be in this map, but they don't seem to have a lot of familiarity on all the spawns. So I think that there's a slight... maybe 5MO seems to be slightly more practice on the map than Team Baller Squad is, and another nice hit went in there, and that'll be 2 survivors slow going into this tank fight.
Yeah, I mean, this area is open enough to where it's like, if you have as high a ping average as Team Baller Squad right now, like, you can still easily survive this tank. The problem, though, is there is still a fair amount of horde coming in from behind them, trailing its way in. So they need to kill the horde at the start of the event, and then make sure all the common are dead before they fight this tank. That is going to be a pull going out in the back. Jockey looking for an intercept as well. Managing to get a land onto Nick right there before being cleared. Hunter's going to land a beautiful 25 damage pounds onto David's face, and they only have one set of pills left on the survivor side, K3. I don't think they can even wait this out. They may just have to go.
Yeah, right up until that hit, I was hoping that they were going to maybe run the horde back onto the top of the hill and hold it out so that they have a good vantage point for when this tank fight starts. But now they're just in a really tough position. Now they're going to have the entirety of this first tank horde. However, I believe, as we saw from last time, the horde is going to stop, but they just don't have the health.
Oh, they're going!
They're out of here. They're in W mode now, and Ellis is officially past all the rest. There's
but this charger manages to
that's
land.
gonna be it.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate for Team Baller Squad. They're going to be looking at a 2,323 point differential going into this next chapter here on Haunted Forest. I mean, The thing about this map is, as we're being shown, it can be notoriously hard to get damage on some of these tanks. And this early tank fighting area that everyone who plays Left 4 Dead 2 at this point, at least at the competitive level, is at least semi-familiar with if you're paying attention, right? This is one of those areas where it can be notoriously hard to land anything even close to a wipe, no matter how much latency you have, just because of the place that they're going to fight these on Survivor side.
Yeah, for those who do not know, there is two tanks on this chapter. One tank spawns based on percentage, as you see, 51%, which will be right around the tunnel. And then you've got a scripted tank that spawns when you hit the piano event. And then typically survivors are going to run both of those tanks back to the open safe room area because you look around, there's only really one spot for the SI to spawn, and then everything has to run in from super far. So uh, even with two tanks on the map, I see survivors making the safe room quite often. So, uh, however, I mean, having a two tank map is exactly what you need as Team Baller Squad to be able to have the opportunity to get some damage on and hopefully swing the tides at least a little bit.
Exactly. So this first hit for Team Baller Squad to try and do just that on map 3 here of Haunted Forest is going to be a Hunter, Spitter, Boomer, and a Smoker. So a 2. I mean, that can sometimes work here depending on where the Boomer gets the boom from, if it can land as well. So we'll see what they can make happen as the survivors push their way out here. That is going to be a Hunter landing. I was going to call it a pound spit, but unfortunately the Spitter targeted the Smoker, who was also targeted by the Hunter there, so a little bit of an unfortunate inability to land any of the spit on a pinned target, but at least it's a little more coordinated than a couple of the other hits we've seen.
Yeah, for sure. And so we are seeing the survivors kind of approaching this tank. I believe that they're going to be able to trigger the scripted tank before they do the distance tank first. So I'm interested to see, okay, we do have a boomer setup in this wall here, looking to get something for the run back, because the survivors are going to be running through this very long hallway all the way back to the safe room before they can properly fight the tank. So there is opportunities to hit them on the run back and maybe get something going for this tank. And tank is going to spawn up here very momentarily in this painting, but the boomer gets shut down very nicely there by Kiyomi. And
tank's throwing a rock. Yeah, so the tank's up into the hands of Lupe for Team Baller Squad, and he is going to have to be a little bit careful with this, because it looks as though he's going backwards in the map for a second here. And then he'll be able to work his way forward, but he is going to have to try to not take an amazing amount of chip on this, because if you look at this area where the survivors are at, right, you know, they are prepared to fight whatever the special infected have. A separation 3-cap like this with a Smoker Jockey Charger is nice, because landing a Boomer here if the survivors are on it, you know, is almost impossible, but this tank is going to need to kite them in the right direction, K3, because it's all about where the survivors are pushed to and if the infected can actually hit them when they're there.
Yeah, we actually have all three SIs set up in front, which has been kind of a bit of a trend I've seen in a few of these tank fights. Smoker's looking for a pull forward, it's going to get juked by Coach. Tank is just getting absolutely rolled by these Uzis, already down to 50% HP. SI needs to help out now. Gets a nice jockey. That will be a corner onto Rochelle if the tank can secure that. It looks like he will, so this looks like he might be able to get down onto Kiyomi if he's quick enough. And we just shy of 1 end cap, so that's, I mean, all things considered, not the worst damage. Definitely their most successful tank so far for Team Baller Squad. Just they weren't able to land much more aside than that jockey there.
Yeah, and that's a situation where all of that damage was essentially created by the fact the special infected went in, right? There are some places where it's like, okay, have the tank try to get a corner first, etc., but with those railings there and the way that the survivors can back up, it is seriously hard for the tank to create any kind of damage, you know, without the help of his pinners there. That is going to be a Boomer getting popped and a Spitter going in. The survivors are still in this forward room here, and our tank is... I'm looking for where he is. There he is. So he's actually at the start of this room right here. He's close enough to where if the survivors get slowed down, they could theoretically get intercepted, but they are going to manage to make it out with no real issues here. And K3, they're going to have to decide what they want for the special infected hit pretty early.
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to have time. I think Tank is looking like he's just wants to roll in with this tank and best his soul. He's got the confidence, man. I can hear his voice in my head hyping himself up for this tank fight. He is so ready for this. He is second pass, so he is going to have to roll in with a Charger Smoker Hunter, which I think is actually a pretty decent setup for this tank fight.
Exactly. That's going to be a smoker, though, missing that early pull again. Tank already down to 4k HP before even getting off the first staircase there. Missing a punch on the coach as well. Now getting the corner with the help of that smoker for a second. That is going to be a charger landing as well. Hunter landing in a staggered way right there. That is going to be a fair amount of damage. Hunter not dead yet either. Now going to die. Tank with 2000 HP getting a beautiful long arm onto Rochelle. Infested Soul doing work on the away server right here. About to throw a rock almost around that corner too, down to 160 HP, and he's gonna get out with 2 survivors still down. This Boomer looking for a spawn on the side right here, not quite gonna find it, but K3, now that is a good amount of damage for this tank.
See, man, I told you, Infested, he's hyping himself up. He had that on lockdown. Yeah, that's a really nice tank there onto Team Brawler Squad. I think if they can carry that type of SI momentum forward, and they'll have a lot more success going forward, because there is a lot of good damage opportunities, especially with like wall kicks and charge spits up in these tight corridors and whatnot, especially with all these floating books hovering around distracting the survivors.
It's weird because 5MOs still have a great amount of bonus, but just because they've taken this amount of damage, it feels as though this has not been as good a round for them, you know? Where it's like, okay, realistically speaking, this is still a great map for them so far on home, so long as they don't take a massive amount of damage. That is a beautiful shutdown right there, aside from a little bit of spit damage. Everything from the charger to the jockey getting annihilated at close range there, K3.
Yeah, I mean, Team 5MO, they've set the expectations so high for themselves at this point. Less than 900 bonus, honestly, disappointing. I'm expecting more from these guys at this point.
I mean, they have, what, like, probably 2.5 more hits before they actually reach the safe room. Boomer's gonna get M2'd in the corner there as well, and shut down Smoker, Charger, and Hunter for the rest of the hit from Team Baller Squad right here. Charger's gonna spawn up and gets a stumble onto Rochelle with a punch. Hunter lands for a split second as well, and that Smoker is going to be the last thing to die as a matter of fact. So, the survivors are pushing their way forward now, K3. It's really only one major hit, I'd say, left before they add on to this incredible performance they've shown us so far.
Yeah, the Spirit's going to have to go in for some kind of split block or something, because the survivors are just rolling through the last part of this map. SR are going to have one more staggered hit before the survivors walk in, and they're still sitting at about 500 and looks like 593 health bonus right now, so still very good health bonus for considering the fact that they just fought 2 tanks. One boom is going to go out onto Kaneko there from that bottom floor, but again, Team 5MO is so patient. They just, not taking any unnecessary risks. They're not pushing when they don't have to. They're so good at knowing when the spawns are up and just going at their own pace.
Right, and here they are probably aware that there is only one real spawn for the Special Infected to come from on that side, and they've actually managed to get into that closet before the SI could spawn and intercept them. They're doing a great job of blocking those spawns in the back, forcing this Hunter to just absolutely get shredded by those Uzis. Charger, exact same. Spitter dead before there was ever any question of spitting on anything except the floor. That's 4,312 points for Team 5MO through the first 3 maps of Haunted Forest here on the Taiwanese server. Wow.
Yeah. Poor Spitter didn't even get around the corner. He's got wall bangs while they were sprinting down that jockey. That's yeah, this has been very, very impressive by Team 5MO. They're starting to enter the comfort zone, so to speak, where they're like, yeah, I think we've put ourselves in a pretty commanding position. Not to say that, I'm always one of mathematical possibilities.
Yeah.
So, while I think at this point it's pretty safe to assume that Team Baller Squad will be staring down a pretty significant deficit going into their home server. Team 5MO, they're going to have to be playing on very similar ping to what Baller Squad is on right now. So, yeah, nothing is impossible.
We will see what Team 5MO are able to do on the Special Infected side here as well. The tank will be in the hands of Sheng, and the first hit for Team 5MO here is a Smoker, Boomer, Hunter, and a Spitter. So that 2-2 spawning up right now. Smoker pull is going to go out in the front with a Hunter bouncing around, landing on the pull target after he got cleared. Ellis, though, going for that M2 clear on that Survivor. That is a lot of damage, K3, for a 2-2.
Yeah, that was, I don't think, super necessary. I'm just noticing the survivors don't seem to be really watching where I think they either a trend I've noticed that they are either not quite aware of where the common spawns are, or they're not super paying attention to when the spawns might be up by counting the timer, because they don't just seem to be watching for exactly where the when the hit is up.
Oh,
And
this
as you
is
see,
huge.
this is they kind of walked right into a charge spit here, and it was kind of a momentary tri-cap that landed there, and does a massive amount of damage again.
Yeah, that is a product of just not being prepared for what the Special Infected are going to do, or maybe not being one step ahead of them on the Survivor calling, just because, again, it seems as though they were in the exact wrong spot for them and the best spot possible for the SI to get damage. We have a Hunter bouncing around here with a Boomer spawning up as well, Spitter 2 on that side. Boomer actually still in spawn queue and not having spawned yet, but now is going to. Getting M2 there by Rochelle. There's going to be the Spitter offering itself up for death here, and the tank in the hands of Shang is going to wait to see what they get before they commit this tank. And K3, honestly, like I said, Separation Tricap here works, but if a Boomer lands in this opening area, it can be devastating.
Yeah, it can be. However, the horde is all funneling from one area. I think, but that being said, the horde does actually spawn way up in this front spot. So if the tank rolls in front of the horde, all of a sudden, by the time that he maybe gets one down, you're just all of a sudden just flooded by all this comment. Especially if the boomer wears off and all of a sudden it's on all 4 survivors. Oh my god, this is the first time I've seen. Okay, every single time I see this tank go in, a smoker tries to pull forward. This is the first time I've seen it work.
Yeah, that is extremely unfortunate. The early down already there. Charger going to take Rochelle off a tank punch as well. Tank is going to get the corner there onto Coach. Smoker is running in, not even really having a charge, but that tank's going to throw a rock onto Nick there and miss it because it slams into the wall. That Charger just getting cleared now. Tank still has 2,500 HP and can guard this in-cap survivor who was, as you mentioned, that first victim to really get pulled into a spot where it was impossible for him to be free from that Smoker tongue. Curve rock as well, landing onto Infested Soul, and there's just nothing they can do about it here. Tank's going to be recommitting with a boom going out, jumping in, missing that on to Infested again, but they are fully going for the kill in the front, and I don't think they are going to be able to get him up. Let's see. Boomer's going to proxy as well.
They have to start
let's
right
look up
now.
now. He has like 10 health, but they are going to get him back up. However, K3, so much damage.
Yeah, the likelihood of them surviving this next tank now is looking pretty grim. We had that early pull for. If you're not ready for it, it can. I mean, there's a reason every single time I've either watched the game here or played a game here, both teams always try to get that pull forward, and you have to be ready for it, that clear, or else tank fight becomes infinitely more difficult.
That hit was incredible.
Ozzy, I was barely paying attention.
Okay, so what happened was the Hunter spawned up first, right? And then just like, I think M2 like may have registered, maybe not, but like that Hunter and Rochelle were right next to each other. The Charger takes the person who M2'd the Hunter, and then the Hunter backed up into the door jam and wall kicked the other guy as the Smoker landed. That was ridiculous.
Damn. You painted such a visual picture. I now know exactly how that hit went down.
Yeah,
I also know exactly how this tank is about to go.
Oh no, that's gonna be a charge landing.
Just a wild guess.
Yeah. This looks like it's about it. So, I mean, Kaneko there gonna secure the wipe with that second tank. You know, with the level of hits we saw before, plus the damage on that first tank, didn't have to do a massive amount. And honestly, this finale K3, teams can score an obscene amount of points. The question that I have is 5MO gonna get that 6K? That 6K home server?
Oof, I mean, you know, it's an 800 point distance map, if I recall.
Yeah.
Leaving a total of 1,600. So basically, it's a 2,400 point map if you ace it. And, you know, everyone typically says, oh, well, no one ever makes it in with 100% bonus. Team 5MO have made it with almost 100% bonus on 2 maps in a row at the beginning of this campaign. So I think that if there were a team to get 6K on Haunted Forest in one in one match without having to play their second server game, it might be this one right here.
It honestly could. And this finale to me is really interesting because you've got a lot of potential for survivors to take damage. You have SI hits that can fly in from up top, and also you have obvious, like, like waves upon waves of common. Like when you're playing this finale on high ping, like that's one story, right? But if you're a solid survivor team and you have low ping and everyone's on the same page, despite all the perils that exist in this tunnel, you can make it with disgusting amounts of bonus. And this is a situation where it's like, do we want to call the map more survivor or infected sided? The answer is I don't know, and it depends on your tank.
It's ping sided. This
really
finale
is
this finale is ping sided, man. Yeah, I mean it's interesting because like I think that there's a few surefire strats that the survivors can employ that can ensure that they take not a ton of damage. Like I think that there is a pretty consistent way to play this finale without taking huge amounts of damage. But I also think it largely depends on if the infected know where the choke points are on this running finale, and if they are prepared to set up on the crucial spawn points.
Absolutely, and the first crucial hit is this one that occurs on the stairs. It's going to be a 2-2-4 team baller squad first. Smoker spawning up in the closet, near the closet, I should say, at the bottom of the stairs, with a spitter scratching behind that. Beautiful skeet there by Kiyomi, and a insta-clear as well. Only 7 damage on that first hit. That was a flick shot.
The reflexes on that was very impressive.
This is what you love to see, too, because it's like, alright, if you're going to play a game where there's no neutral server available, we know teams love playing on low ping. They like showcasing what they can do on low ping, and it obviously helps to showcase your skills on low ping as well when you're playing against a team that has high ping. I'm just saying, So this is a chance for Team 5MO to really show what they can do on it, and to ask an impossible question to Team Baller Squad of how do we answer this on our home server, which right now I wouldn't say is looking too amazing for them. They do have a chance to continue the mitigation attempt, however, with a Jockey, Charger, Boomer, and a Hunter for this hit. Boomer getting popped, Hunter going in, Charger is going to almost land. The only thing really doing any damage, though, was that Jockey, and that was only for a split couple of seconds.
Yeah, when you're a highly seeded team playing on your home server in round 1, it's Fragvid farming season. You're just looking for those clips for your team's Fragvid.
That's the unfortunate truth somehow of how this game can be, and speaking of how Survivor teams are looking to control not only their shutdowns, but their pace, Team 5MO again have pushed their way into this tunnel. They've gotten the Charger to pre-spawn in the front. Smoker pull going out in the back. Charger going in from the front now. Not going to land anything, however, kind of splitting the Survivors almost right down the middle there. Spitter's going to be the last thing to die, but that was a decent amount of damage going out onto Ellis.
Yeah, Ellis, I think he could have jumped up onto the ledge there and avoided most of that spit damage, but kind of took a bit of a run through it. Yeah, I mean, one thing that I've noticed with a lot of these hits is that SI is going to be pre-spawning a lot. Like, I think I saw all 4 SI there kind of pre-spawn on top of that little lip above the tunnel, and just gave the survivors, I mean, like, T5MO, like, they just seem so aware of everything, and it, you can't give them that much time to understand what's going on. And the side is going in, looking for something, gonna land. Really nice self-clear going out on the Smoker. Hunter kind of got cleared off really quickly. Charger's not going to land, and that's a really nice shutdown. And just a little bit of miscoordination there, and on that quad attempt.
Survivor's doing a great job as well of just juking that Charger, everybody jumping there, avoiding stumbles, trying to keep every single part of their game as controlled as possible. That's the kind of precision that you love to see as a fan of high-tier Survivor play, especially from Asia. And we have a Spitter, Smoker, Hunter, and a Boomer coming into Q next for Team Baller Squad, and they are going to try probably to send this in right here at the ladder, because Survivors could honestly push out if they shut this down well enough, starting off doing just that, with that Boomer getting popped, that Hunter getting shut down. Spitter, once again, not able to find much of anything, and Team 5MO are in a brilliant position here, K3, to have this tank fight be on their terms, just as the rest of this game has been.
Yeah, no SI are now up, and they are in a position where they can just push straight out of this tunnel. The timer has now started for this tank fight, so they do have to start pushing out pretty soon. The SI now have a full hit ready to try to stop them. But I'm not sure. I think that's a nice 2 people going out, so the Survivors can no longer push out of this tunnel for the beginning of this tank fight, but it looks like they might just be setting up to fight this tank in the tunnel here.
But that would be interesting, because I would think, right, when you're playing against a team that has higher ping, you don't want to give the tank a chance to do arm things inside, right? And that's, I think, what they're also doing now, where they're going to push out past the first hittable, working their way towards the second, and they are going to look to push Sense's tank right up in the front right here, like a group of assassins for this tank right here. Already doing 400 chip, and he's going to be forced to commit. Hunter's going to go in, looking for an early pin, not going to land it. Survivor's running back, and that hittable is going to land on to Coach for a split second. Boomer spawning up in the back, and this tank is completely alone. This tank is completely alone with 3,000 HP and 2 logs, but he's not able to really get much of anything on it, and this is a continuation of what we have seen so far. K3, I'm feeling a 6K.
I think that it's it's looking pretty probable. I think I may have been wrong about where the timer starts for that tank. And maybe it's when you enter the actual tunnel part and not when you enter the room with the guns in it. That's because that's where I thought that the timer started before the tank spawns, but it turns out that maybe that was not the case. And man, these hits are just getting eviscerated, and they need something really big. They need an amazing goalkeeper tank to stop the survivors from getting on the boat, or else they're going to make it in. Currently sitting at a 1,391 bonus.
Yeah, that is just utterly ridiculous.
That
amount of health is.
I need a shower.
Yeah, just even listening to that. That Hunter getting demolished as well. Smoker gonna get a pull in the back, but again, staggered for just a split second, and we'll see if this goalkeeper tank spawns. We have been playing on Haunted Forest. It's a beloved map that has been around in the community for years upon years, but I can confidently say I have never seen a team play Survivor on it better than what Team 5MO just showed on their home server, bringing their total for this game to 6,480 points. K3, I am speechless.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's quite something. You know, I promised myself. I set a personal goal going into this game. You know, okay, you've got a skilled Asian team playing here. You're a caster. Don't mention NV, man. You can get through one Asia game without mentioning NV. You can do it, buddy. But I gotta say it, man. Team 5MO putting on an NV-esque performance here for this game. This has been very impressive Survivor play, and you can just see the desperation in the SI going in one by one at the end, just looking for any glimmer of hope to not take any damage. And I just heard Nick put out a scream of terror. I thought Sense was about to take a bunch of fall damage.
I mean, at this point, you know, playing another game after this, I mean, it's going to be up to Team Baller Squad, but to beat them by 5,400 points, and this isn't over. There's still so much damage going out onto Team Baller Squad. You know, they're hoping they can make the tank and at least make, but still K3 5,000 points. They have to beat them by 5,000 points. On
this would, if that happens, I think this would be the first time I've ever seen a team refuse to play their own home server.
After this.
Yeah. I mean, granted, like, if I'm in the situation, I'm like, you know what? They did it. Hell yeah, we can do it too. We can absolutely score 6.5.
Oh, Rochelle.
I wanted to point out that first hit on the staircase was an almost perfect mirror of the hit that we saw come in from the opposite sides the previous round, but just a massive difference in damage there. Just not like just showing the damage potential that those hits do have. The Team 5MO have just been so on point in shutting those down, just not allowing these hits to do anything.
It's going to be a Boomer being popped right there with the rest of the hit going in. Nice double cap lane with that Jockey and that Hunter simultaneous with that Smoker a little bit delayed. More chip damage going out right here, and I mean, trying to get through a finale that has this many common in such a small amount of space, right? Especially when we're talking laterally, since this map is so just push through this choke and that choke. It's a gauntlet to deal with, right? And you know, playing against Common at all on high ping sucks. Playing against Event Horde Common with a boom now going out too is just something that no one has ever wanted to do, I'm fairly sure. Jockey landing in the front right there. Charger still looking for something here, maybe from behind now, but choosing not to go in with the rest of his team quite yet. Now going to spawn up front right there, and is going to charge to the side, not going much of anything. Spit goes down front on nothing. But again, K3, pacing still being pretty controlled by the SI.
Yeah, I like the way that the Survivors played that hit a lot more. I think if they had been that had that level of patience throughout more previous, I think that they would have similar results to that last one for the way that they've been taking damage. Yeah, you can see they've really slowed the pace down. They know that they're going into big choke points. They're just taking their time, clearing out the horde, and waiting for the SI to hit where they want them to.
Oh, this is going to be unfortunate, though, because that is going to be a jockey landing in the front. Smoker intercepting as well after we had a Hunter intercept and also get cleared. More damage going out, so unfortunately they managed to, I'd say for a fair amount of time there, yeah, to try to get some kind of spawns to go, or maybe get the inertia on their, the momentum rather, on their side. But it's like they still took damage on that. And that's what you don't want to see. You don't want to see teams like trying to bait stuff out and then still taking damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the worst thing is that like that will discourage them from baiting in the future, because then then all of a sudden you're on tilt and you're like, now I just want to hold W, and then you take way more damage on the next.
That's
the Charger
crash?
Maybe, or a troll. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, they haven't quite paused yet, so it could have been just a greeting from that Charger. But maybe
it's a statement of confidence.
It is.
What are you gonna do? We've already beaten your bonus, and you guys are all green health with pills.
Yeah, I mean, demolition, annihilation, just you can call it whatever you want to. There's gonna be a hit coming in here right now. It's gonna be a quad though. Charger, Hunter, Jockey, and a Smoker. Hunter's already almost dead. It's going to land in the corner, however, on to Ellis, and this Charger is gonna be late. Going in now, going to get a charge on to Rochelle, and a slam on top of that. More damage going out on Team Baller Squad from that quad. Nothing really super duper special, but just solid hits.
Once that Charger missed its chance to spawn in for the quad, I wanted to see it just wait for the death charge, honestly. Yeah, I mean, like, at this point, when you're up by 5,000 points, I just want to see you go for the real big plays.
Oh yeah, I mean, because you have absolutely nothing to lose at that point. Hunter's going to go in there, managing to land onto Coach as well, with a spit going down on top of that. Jockey looking for the intercept, not going to get it though, but Coach is going to be taking a lot more spit damage there, almost going down as a matter of fact. And now, they're going to be able to grab those pills up top there, on top of the box, but, I mean, they are not in the shape to really make this K3 if they take any kind of damage at this tank.
No, this is...
Oh, and they have a pullback too!
That's hard to clear. That's right around the corner. And now Tank is going to be in position on these.
Oh no! Oh, this is bad.
This is a W hold. This is a go next.
Yeah, it is. This tank in the hands of Zin is going to be committing right there, whipping a punch onto Coach before finding that corner now. Double boom having already gone out. Charger landing as well onto a survivor over there. Double cap going to land. There is your wipe. Going out by Team 5MO on to Team Baller Squad. That's going to be a log rolling around. Tank is trying to log Rochelle, but not able to get much of anything. Jockey in the front now, too.
How did that Jockey spawn?
I have absolutely no idea. And the Tank is now just mean-mugging Rochelle. Tank is mean-mugging Rochelle, and...
Take the dive. Infested. Take the dive.
There's the corner going out. And so that is going to be Team 5MO taking Game 1 on the Asian server. 6,480 points. To 1,609. See the close one coming out, and K3. What do you got to say for this match?
All I got to say is I want to see an away game for Team 5MO, just because I want to see if they make up to 10K over the two campaigns. I want them to have this personal challenge for themselves. I mean, so Team Baller Squad are down 5,000 points. Making 5,000 points by itself on a 4-map campaign is already a huge task. Making 5,000 points in addition to whatever score Team 5MO gets on their Survivor rounds for the entirety of the next Haunted Forest, it's mathematically possible, technically speaking. If you would like me to get my calculator and write things down, I think Rajesh would know the exact figures, being the analytical genius that he is. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I'm staring down 5,000 points, I'm feeling like I want to run a bath. I want to get my cat and curl up in bed.
Yeah, exactly. Because one of those points where it's like, okay, well, they can try to play this on the North American server too, but I mean, if you got a team of 5 MMOs caliber, like they're going to be prepared for the away game, right? And the thing is now, do they want to play another match on away? Just for the sake of playing the match on away? That's the other question that goes in here. And some teams I think have tried to do that. Some teams have been more successful at doing that than others. And in an ideal world we see it played, but there's also points where it's like, I don't blame Team Baller Squad or anybody else who gets in those positions who are immediately like, all right, listen, like.
I think it depends on exactly how much they want to improve as a team. Like if matches, especially against higher caliber teams like 5MO, have clearly demonstrated that they are. It's the optimal. It's the best practice. It's more than a scrim. Everyone's taking it full on serious. There's no fuckery. It's game time.
Normally.
Okay. Hypothetically speaking, if you were to introduce a bunch of money into the
yeah. This would be the point where people are taking it serious, and I think you're right about that.
Okay, it's okay. Taking seriously in any Left 4 Dead game is a bit of a stretch of terminology, but it's as serious as Left 4 Dead can get. Where that places on the actual seriousness graph is up for debate.
That's not even worth getting into conversation about, because that's just like, all right, relativity, blah blah blah. And people who've played this game for literally since it's been out for 10 years, you have some veterans in this game. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I think having so many teams participate in this tournament from around the world is giving a great chance for people who want to get better if they actually play. Like that's what I'm talking about, where it's like, okay, if you have a team that really wants to gel, then you play these kinds of matches. And the reason you play these kinds of matches is because if you don't play these kinds of matches, how do you ever expect to play on the same level as people who you never play? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, totally. I mean, if you are saying, okay, we may have lost by a lot, but this is technically on the scoreboard, it's all one loss. The team that lost by 100 points, they're not ranked higher than us. It's all one loss. They have as equal chance of coming back and making it to the top 16 bracket as any other team.
Yeah.
So if you want match experience and you want to improve, you play the match 10 times out of 10. If you just want a game with your friends and you weren't really, and you like your buddy hit you up at the last minute. Oh, hey, sign-ups close in 15 minutes. Do you want on this roster? I'm pretty busy. I won't be on to scrim much, but you know what? Toss me on there.
Yeah.
Then you don't play the match. There's no way.
Yeah.
But
we are being joined now by Mr. iPad himself. How are you tonight, sir?
Hello. How are you, gents?
I'm
We're
good.
doing well. We just saw a brilliant Survivor performance by Team 5.
I saw. What did they get? Like 6.5?
6.5K.
That is insane. Like, they've actually set the bar pretty high for a top scoring game.
Yeah, for 4 maps, 6,000 points.
It's good to see a very high scoring game, and hopefully the Americans can reflect somewhat or something similar on their home server.
So we do have confirmation that Team Baller Squad is going to play their home game. Awesome.
Taking a little break.
Cool. I'm glad to hear it.
What happened, Vanilki? You had a bit of a mental breakdown with the stream.
God damn it.
You were punching your router and your computer. Like, what's going on?
I'm going to take the fact that we are in a little bit of an intermission as well to just go quickly refill my water. So I will be back in a few minutes.
No problemo.
Yes, we will all see you momentarily.
Yeah. That's fine. Are we still broadcasting though? Can they hear it? Good talk. Okay, cool. Making sure. So you got the transition screen and everything going. Alright. Oh no. I was like, wait, what? Nah, you may as well try. Maybe reboot your game or something.
Actually, looking at my schedule, it looks like I will not have time to cast the second half of the match.
No, this is fine. Got some beats going.
Yeah, I've got about 10 minutes before I gotta take off. So I probably won't be able to hit up the second half. I told Rails
Okay.
before the thing started
Yeah,
that I
that's
probably
fine.
would only be able to.
Yeah, I spoke to Rails, so when you need to hop out, just let me know. I'll get Rails to message me or something.
Alrighty. I think he said Alexi might come in.
Okay, cool. Even better. Easy as. Live editing. Oh, spazzing out. Oh damn. Oh shit. Why do you have that video of us pugging? Like, it was so random because I was in that pug video too. I'm like, wait, what? What am I in there for?
Reloading.
Be there for the Rajesh moments only, and you and think, hello.
Hello.
How dare don't you start with me? Are they? Okay. You hear that caution earlier?
Who was eating? Was it just like someone on the NA team, I'd assume? Maybe?
By the way, Vanille still got herself on mute, so it sounds like I'm talking great. I'm not sure. Yo, this music is dank. Got the doof doof.
Didier online. Could ask him to do that other job that we were looking at doing for this match.
Oh yeah, one moment. One moment.
Alright, so Didier is going to be doing that.
Let's get into the caster chair caution. Make your way into the server. We have Team Baller Squad mostly here.
Baller Squad vs 5MO, game 2 NA. Not gonna lie, I think this 5MO team is looking pretty strong. They might give us a pretty good game here on NA. So, what do you think? What they get? 6.5k or some shit?
6.5 nearly, like
Jesus.
6.48. That is an absolutely insane score. And having a quick look at rankings, 5MO was ranked in the top 10. 10th, actually, versus Baller Squad, who's just shy of seed 30. Should be good pings that they're getting. They're getting roughly around 200 ping. And as we mentioned earlier, not too much of a challenge playing on 200, so I'm quite interested to see how our 5MO do with ping.
Yeah, should be interesting.
They definitely did a good performance on their home server. That
Getting
being
more
said,
interesting
I'd like
to see the Baller squad do. See
Yeah.
how they do on their home
say
server.
that. I was just about to say that. So as we're waiting, we're just waiting for the last member of Team Ballers. It's all right. It's all, yeah. To make his way into the server, after which we can close the slots. Is target 7 required to be here, Caution?
I think he might be streaming or something.
Hmm. What did they just do?
Oh, they probably would have set the tank, I assume.
I didn't realize, but did they do that in the previous games? Oh no, wait, we did one. Okay, we didn't find out because Rail
Yeah, we
team.
didn't stream the.
I was about to say, did that even happen? I got confused.
I think it just means he's not streaming onto Twitch. He's streaming onto like Billy or some shit.
We have two. Everyone's giving you a shout out there. Man.
Trying to one up us with your little full stop in there.
Ah, look at that!
Is that vanilla or is it DDR? I can't tell.
I can't tell anymore. Yo,
Oh, it's
unmute your
DDA.
mic, Vanille. Unmute that mic of yours. Let everyone hear. Person who fuck nah. What tank percentage have we got for this one? We've got 48%. That's tunnel, I assume. Tunnel tank again. We've been in it nearly all day where teams have either tried fighting it in the tunnel, tried pushing the tank in the tunnel, or tried AIing the tank and doing it quite successfully for this early tank. Haven't seen that late one though, towards the laser event or area thing.
Oh, before they go up the ramp at
Yeah.
the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet. Some interesting tank spawn though.
Pop in a team caution and we'll go. A team each.
I think I went. Oh, 5MO are missing a player now as well. What the hell?
Yeah. Infested,
3v3?
Sol- Infested Soldiers launched the game, so he'll be making his way in to the server. Don't have the 5MO team added. Limiting.
What are your
slots.
expectations here for this game?
Um,
I think it's going to be close, to be honest.
Yeah, based on the performance I saw on their home server, they look like a very coordinated and a structured team, Survivor and Infected side. This is 5MO I'm talking about. So I do find it's going to be a challenge for Baller Squad, not taking anything away from them, obviously. I think I expect some good Survivor play on with respect to Team Baller Squad, but I think they shouldn't just take this game lightly because they are versing a C10 team in a tournament of 38. So that being said, they're certainly proving to be a top 10 team, like based off how they played the last game. So the last, I suppose, check item I'd like to see from Team 5MO is the capability, the performance on hyping. So apart from that, they did good. Haven't really seen a close game so far from today's matches or tonight's matches from wherever you are. Been a little one-sided so far. So I'm hoping the American team can pull something together and drop a good score.
Yeah, I know there's survival. Like, obviously, it helps when they're on that like low ping. Like Kiyomi seemed like he was popping off last game. Like the other team couldn't land a hunter.
All right, so we got Owen in here too, and target 7. Are we happy with that?
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Got like 6 additional people.
I think they're doing the Chinese cast / stream. And then we've obviously got DDA in here for the bit of background check. I don't know.
Quality assurance. Let's go with that. For those of you wondering in the stream why DDA is in here, he's here for quality assurance and POVing some players, decipher that how you may.
Otherwise, we're live and kicking it off with 5ML on Survive. Jockey and Hunter both pre-spawn. Here comes the boom. And he gets stuck in the tree. Jockey coming in, gets M2'd. Hunter lands a 16 damage pounce with Spit. That's
That
about all for
boomer,
the first hit.
unfortunately, that boomer rocket boomed onto a tree, ruining its momentum. So
That could have been a
shut down.
fat boom as well.
Yeah, I don't think they saw it coming. They got stuck on a tree, but not too bad taken. Not too badly taken, rather, by Team 5MO. David and
5MO
Sense yet
just
to make
getting
the damage.
Not again.
Oh,
what a
good double boom by Lupe.
Lupe God.
Charger making a bit of noise. The Hunter and Jockey, the Smoker Jockey both land. Charger going with an ambitious charge and actually landing one to the AO.
The damage rolling out here, but I'm, if I'm 5ML, I'm still not too worried.
The Aussies will refer to that charge as a Zen charge.
From the other side
Landing
of
a
the map.
charge from a significant distance as they filter the way, as they make their way through to spawning the tank in about 10%.
And they've just got a 2-2 here. It's probably just not really too much they can do on this. Spitter's pre-spawn, Hunter's up there. Hunter's going in. And I don't know what it was. Like a
DP,
5
I think
10.
Ellis or Kanako forced to pop his pills. Bit of they're landing their spit hunts. I'll give you that. The American team Baller Squad. So this is good pre-tank damage rolling out onto Team 5. Nevertheless, they've still got 3 survivors on good health as the tank rolls into the hands of Lupe.
Lupe God, pray for Lupe. Lupe what? He's
One
going
like,
back for
one
his
prayer.
wall.
One sub, one prayer for Lupe. Rolling that log in. While the SI try to chip away at that perm health of 5M. Hunter just distracting around.
Well, it's in a good position for him to hit straight in. And 5MO have started running back and looks like they're going all the way.
They are AI.
This is the AI.
This is AI. I think Lupe, was AFK or standing around doing something. He was distracted.
Reloading.
And that minor time lapse is going to cause his tank to go AI. Now we have seen this to backfire on the survivor team that kind of force his tank to go AI. Now they're not going to have a quad cap anymore because
They've just sacked all their spawns, and this
They've
tank's
sacked
AI, like,
all their
survivors can just
spawns.
chip it. This should be,
sure
like,
that's
I don't know why they're
all
letting the
because
tank
I
get so
think they're
far
still
up.
lotting, thinking that tank hasn't gone AI, allowing the tank to get right in there. Caution. The tank's practically at the truck picking up a rock though. However, it did make its way all the way in without taking too much damage. Without that being said, it's lost half its health already. The Smoker trying to land a smoke. The Charger spawning on top of the mountain. Hunter landing, gets a bit of a tumble on Rochelle. The Charger opting not to go at that point in time. The Charger going for a multi. The tank lands a good punch on Rochelle and possibly another onto Coach, but that's 2 pounds and an in-cap actually onto Kanako. The Boomer trying to land a long boom and does so successfully on Kanako as well. The tank being killed in the process.
I was looking a bit scary there for 5MO. They just they knew all the spawns had sacked. The tank was coming in. Even if it wasn't AI, I would have just been up front chipping it like that. They let that tank get right close and personal and probably ate a lot more damage than they should have.
A little bit of passive play there from Team 5MO, knowing that the team had just sacked their SI. I'd like to see some aggression. As that Hunt bit just outside of the range of that spitter.
Yeah, that'll help.
Currently with a bonus of 580 points.
Yeah, 5MO still looking in a pretty comfortable position to make this map. Oh, someone's getting stuck on the tree.
Oh, the death tree.
Weapons here.
But agreed, they fought the tank. They didn't get wiped, and they've got a healthy amount of bonus leading into the event soon. So comfortable position for Team 5MO.
Oh, nice one boom at the front.
The Charger might be able to get a double charge and done
double.
accordingly. The jockey to finish that off. Nice hit by Team Baller Squad with that Charger landing about 3 to 4 pounds onto Kiyomi, the all-star of the team. But
And they hit the
that
with like
was a good hit.
200 bonus.
Yeah, 200 bonus.
Reloading.
A little bit of separation there may have allowed a bit more damage than expected.
Reloading.
I'd be happy if I was in the shoes of the Team Baller Squad with that hit. As long as they keep that coordination going with another Hunt spit land, this time on Sheng, dropping the bonus down another 50 odd, 30 odd.
Hey Nick, splash fight?
They need to make sure they have the right sack order now as they cross this bridge with the
They're
death
going to
charge.
be able to push up here.
Do they have a charger though? I can't remember that sack order just then. They have a charger.
They do.
With the donkey.
Lupe going to be looking for some revenge after that tank. Looks like he's set up in the position for it as well, so keep an eye on this archway for the death charge. See if he gets it.
5MO.
Not really
trying
anything
pick
to
out
help
a
set him
Hunt
up,
back.
so he's going to have to spawn like last second and try and get this.
Zin Charger
He's
got
got
it! Death charge on Kiyomi. Well done by Lupe. Big play. Dropping their bonus down another 200 points. So that's that shit. Beautiful. Beautiful
Lupe
charge.
going to feel pretty good with that one after having his tank AI'd.
In the
I'm sure,
water.
but
Bit
Survivor's
of karma
still
back
making.
to Team 5MO. But
Reloading.
I mean, it was it's not an easy charge to land if you're doing it on your own. Another Spit Hunt landing onto Sheng. Nearly a 2 cap up there with the smoker. And the Boomer landing on Sheng also. That hit also dropped the bonus down by another 30.
Yeah, just pretty big for 5MO at this point. Even just making the full distance on these maps, you know. Had a bit of a
Correct.
sloppy tank fight. Probably could have been avoided, but
Now I'm
still
not too
making it with
sure.
a bit of bonus.
I know.
Ooh.
Speed by Zin. Do we have the scores written down, Vanille, from that previous match? I know it was like 64-80 to something rather. Okay.
I want to say it was
It was close to a 4,800.
It was like
margin.
1500 or something. I'm not too sure. Something around that. It's a pretty big score gap.
Nope.
Yeah, it was nearly 5k. So we'll have a good on the. Maybe the teams have taken screenshots. I don't know. We'll see.
So if Baller Squad want to make this a competitive game, they really
Who
need
is Android?
to. Not sure, but they really need to make this map with a decent bonus.
Reload.
Hunter pre-spawn getting up top, ready for a DP maybe. Spitter pre-spawned up front. Here comes a Hunter. Oh god, Lupe.
Get out of the goo.
It's the first,
Or is someone just stumbled in the spit for a bit?
Reloading.
Yeah, not too much damage coming out. Pretty well taken by survivors.
Reload.
So Ivanhoe gonna have a hit ready for this open area, and it is a quad. Charger and Jockey spawned up. They're looking to go in here while they're still in the trees. Charger's missed. Jockey got shut down. Smokers and Hunter just went even ready. That's super late. Good take on these first couple hits for
Not too much
Baller
damage. I'd be happy with that.
I'm reloading.
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 Reloading here.
Let's pop there by Lupe as well. Jockey pre-spawned at the back.
Going
Charger
for
looking to
one, I'd
spawn on the
imagine.
slope.
Yeah,
Survivors just
going
pushing
for
on in. They're going to get in the tunnel here maybe.
a good aggression here from Team Americano, taking that choke pretty well. The Charger gonna back up as it goes. Ooh, some spit damage on Infested Soul, but pretty much taken quite well.
All right now. You in charge.
Tank's not even thinking about the log. He doesn't want to go AI. He's thinking maybe they're going to do the same to him.
And they are.
Which it looks like
They
they are. So I believe the tank can he can actually easily make this now.
Well, maybe.
He's got the kill, get in second pass.
If the SI hold their spawn, he might be able to.
Boomer might need to try and go though. It's not the easiest area to try and get a boom.
If they start losing straight away, which they are, this tank may go AI. I mean,
Nah, he's got it.
Maybe not. He's rolling 50%. At this point, I'd come out as survivors and try chipping the tank. They're actually playing very aggressive loss. But that being said, the tank is now rolling in. The hands is in. SI are kiting around.
Course, a long
They're actually
arm.
set up 2-2 with the boomer landing a boom on Rochelle. Ooh, Ellis being
Well, this could be a
actually-
death with the Hunter
that
if he
could
just
be a
goal
death.
keepers this. He's got the
The boomer's
charger up
still
top
alive,
as
chasing
support.
Coach, and a pop from Sense on the boomer will actually get Coach
actually got
trapped
the clear.
inside the bush. Oh, he's been hit into an unfortunate position where he will eventually drop back down into the tank's arms.
Tank's on 20% health. Survivors
Not the
all over
doing
the
cap.
place at the moment. David could still die here. This tank can stay alive.
Yeah, I'd expect David to die here. I think the tank's in a comfortable position here where he's got enough health to finish off this.
Michelle committed and
round.
didn't get him up. That's a wipe.
That's a big wipe. Not what Team Baller Squad needed.
Now, I'm not sure about you, Pat, but in my opinion, both teams definitely played the tank a bit too passive. You can get a lot of good chip
Wait,
on the tank
I mean-
just running into the truck.
Yeah, definitely. First team, Team 5MO, they should have known the tank was already AI, knowing that the infected team had already sent in their whole hit. That presents a good opportunity to get very aggressive to an AI tank. You can destroy the tank, half health, less even, and then push back to the truck to finish off the tank. So a bit of a misplay from Team 5MO. Similarly, from Baller Squad, they should have known that they don't have enough time to push that tank to go to AI, so they could have also come out and played a little aggressive, trying to do as much damage as they can, because you can see the tank only had about 2k or just under health left, and if they had got that early chip in, that would have been a dead tank.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm not sure. Where did they have the tank on this map? Oh, this was this was like 80 something%, wasn't it? This was the event tank.
I couldn't remember.
They set tank?
They've set it to 38%.
Nice, nice.
Everyone, well, pausing's not going to do anything, David. You're gonna have to restart.
Well, they might have to unpause.
Yeah.
So,
You're right, 84%
Flight
tank.
error?
I can't remember it though. Maybe I was a little distracted when I was watching the game. Is that
it's just
near the
that
laser?
run-in tank where the survivors just run to like the back of that house down near the fence.
Yep.
Which is a pretty rough tank to try and play. Like, you really need your SI
You need your SI
to
to
do work for you.
Yep, most definitely.
So
Okay.
yeah, 84, let's put it up. Alright, good to go. The Bowler squad currently behind.
Not what they want, considering they lost by nearly 4,800, 4,900 points on their away match. They've only got 3 maps now to come back, a substantial amount of deficit. It's going to have to kick off with this map. They need to make something happen here.
Yeah, and this map can be pretty easy. If you get through a couple of these chokes on ping, the rest of the map isn't really too hard. So 5MO also looking pretty strong on the ping, so should be a breeze if they get through these first couple chokes decently. Smoker pretty spawned up top.
Charger, dangerous. Charger. Shouldn't be too hard to land on the green ping, I'd imagine. Coach running out just to challenge that smoker, and
Charger
Charger
just fluffed it.
fluffed it going down the stairs. The ladder run.
Reloading.
Not
That's actually a really good take by survivors.
4 damage.
Well,
Literally
pretty
4
poor
damage
by
rolling
Infect.
out.
They had a really good set there. Jockey, Smoker, Charger, Spitter. That's pretty ideal for that choke.
The only other damage that rolled out was friendly fire. So a bit of a missed opportunity for Team Baller Squad. The Boomer tries to land a
That's a
Boomer,
bit
gets
of-
popped by Sheng quickly. Maybe hitting here may be a bit of a waste. They may have to hold.
Problem
Or
is now
another-
they're waiting and
another
they have to wait all the way till they get. Oh no, they're actually backing up and
Playing a
trying to
little
kill this
passive
hunter.
here, Team 5 taking their time, allowing the infected team to pick up another spawn. Hunter going in.
And
Very,
just
very well
destroyed.
done. Yeah, shut down. Trade fire is pretty nice. Nicely executed at the moment. There's a bit of separation, but with no spawns up.
Just a couple ticks of spit damage, really. Like that was
That's
nothing.
it. It's taken up pretty well by Team M5MO.
Reloading.
I think if you're versing like this kind of red ping team, like you can't really be allowing them to get out of that house without taking a
Yeah,
lot
you
more
need
damage than they have taken.
So you need to make sure you're capitalizing on all the tough chokes in the map and really coordinating your hits so you can maximize on damage, because at the moment they're going in a bit staggered. Like this Hunter, for example, dies just by leading. The Boomer does land and gets the single boom, but the Charger again gets melted and Smoker
Just a
clears
bit of
barely
ticks
going.
from the smoker reel and the boom.
Just missing a bit of coordination at the moment.
Reloading. Everybody grab a weapon.
I'm reloading.
So in the previous game, 5MO decided to push into the spawn the tank during the horde so that the horde would stop. I wonder if they'll try and do the same thing again, or if they're just going to try and camp out the horde. Be interesting to see.
Reloading.
Yeah, it'll be. See if there's a change in strategy here on red ping and green ping. And Hunter again leading in and gets shut down. That's
Charger
3 times
wasn't
in a
even
row.
ready. Charger's
times
still
in
at the
a row.
back. Jeez.
Jockey,
Maybe
jockey.
dropping the ball here, team pull the squad, but
Reloading.
need to pick up there.
Reloading.
Survivors
Black.
just push through this choke as well. Like,
I don't know how they're pushing through these chokes. Caution, that was a big split charge moment right there, even with the Hunter down. So they've practically
Look
made
at
it
the
to.
dead Boomer, dead Jockey.
That Spitter was gonna get wall banged. Oh, that double
Oh, nice
charge.
double
landing.
charge.
That's good. But that Spitter gets picked off. Well done by. I think that was
Ellis.
Sheng.
Yeah, Sheng with the
They've
Pick on the
practically
Spitter.
made it to the tank with little to no damage. You know, on red ping anyway.
was a
I would
great
be
showing
worried.
by 5MO.
Yep.
Reloading.
So they're going
Pushing
in
again.
again. So holding spawns, blocking all the spawns. And Baller Squad don't have a really good hit here. They don't have spit. Boomer's going to be really hard to land. Smoker just pre-spawned. That's just dead.
Poor decision. I think Team Baller Squad are a little flustered and they don't know what to do at the moment with this aggressive gameplay. But Team 5MO, they're really taking the game to them on their own home server. So tank spawning up with maybe one more set of horde coming in. The Boomer does land a nice triple. However, the Hunter, maybe the fourth Hunter now that I've seen get skeeted on
Yeah,
ping.
these
So-
boys just shutting down everything.
Tank rolling in with a bit of trickle. There's no common behind the tank, so whatever he's committing with is all directly in front. I think the Team 5MO are using this opportunity to push back into the big open area because they've got the health to do so, so it's not a bad decision. However, that does mean that the tank can commit with a car. Maybe
They're just
trying
going for the AI.
I mean,
Or if they can get the pull here, Jockey on the oh, that was a
not too
bit
sure if I
better
would-
coordinated.
It's a bit of a risk there if you try to
Oh,
use your
I didn't hit his car.
Not too sure. I think he's a little worried about. Well, he's still got first pass caution. I'm not too sure why he didn't get his car in. He's still got sight. Tank in the hands
He could
of.
have just been hitting it in while he's running, and
Oh, I think this tournament or this round one's becoming a match of AI and tank. So I think both teams are now they're showing aggression from Team 5MO. Well done, pushing this tank back with no support up. Infested Souls in a spot of worry now. He's going to be pushing all the way back to his car, but doing so he's going to lose at least 30 to 40% of his health.
almost 30% of his health gone. Like, and now he's got the car on second,
Now
so
this
they
is
could.
good guarding for the survivors, pushing back, and they've done enough damage. They've realized, okay, we've done enough chips to this tank. Now we can go back, and I think they'll go past the logger to make sure that car is going to be ineffective in the area.
I think they're just gonna go all the way back probably. Oh, the charger's gone on the wrong side as well. He hit the invis wall,
Yeah, they're going all the way
and
back.
it's AI.
Is that second AI?
That's second
Yeah,
AI.
there's
In-
2 out of 2
in
AI.
two maps.
Team
Baller Squad
I mean-
just trying to play tanks here.
bit of a precaution. I'm not too sure. It's a bit of a. It's not really frowned upon, I suppose, if you're playing on red ping, but they should have known.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Infested Souls tank, right? Like, looked like he didn't want to get AI, but
He went back for his car, and then he focused his car.
yeah,
so much-
well, all his spawns just went in. And
Yeah, I think that's the issue here. His team not really supporting. Ooh,
Oh,
the
nice
jockey
job.
landing. But will be shut down, and the skeet by Kiyomi.
Naomi.
222 shots, and this tank is dead. The charger drops to the floor.
Dead.
The charger's also going to be ineffective, and that tank is dead. That's a no-hitter on a home server. That is not what we want to see, but I suppose you can't really blame Team 5MO. They've actually been playing this round nearly flawed. Taking hits pretty well, trading fire pretty well, kiting the tank pretty well. That's what you want to see. On a home server, yet alone on an away server. So
Yeah, these boys have been. So I mean, I was kind of hoping they didn't AI this, but it's understandable. Like once he has his car, you can't really like fight him out in the open too easily.
I mean, think about where they started the tank fight. They started the tank fight like 80% of the way through the map, nearly 85% nearly. They were towards the end of the map, and they ran all the way back to the beginning. But they had the health to do so, and they still do have good health post tank.
Post event as well. The event's done.
Event as well, yeah, they've got no event to run through now, and now it's all mental game now, where the Team Bullet Squad are still in the game mentally, because once you lose that, it's a lost cause. No alarm car either for them to work with, and no spitter in this hit. So Boomer gets shut down pretty well by Kiyomi. Charger's trying to reposition, going from the back, but he doesn't realize Ellis is blocking his spawns.
And they're just running through these chokes, like.
They're running through choke. Not too.
Oh, they actually landed.
I think 1
pretty
pound on
surprising.
that charger, but mate, they've got a 1,029 bonus. That alarm's still going, but
Had to keep me for a bit.
look, that common long gone. Caught the early boss home.
Yeah, it's looking a bit worrisome for
Actually,
Baller
might have a
Squad.
2-2 here.
And they do. They boom a spitter, smoke a hunter, so hunters have been getting skidded even on 200 ping. Well, here it comes. They've seen the hunter. It's been chipped. It lands, but the spit had to go, so didn't get a hunt spit. And then this is pretty much going to be. They can just power up. Yeah, I don't think they can do enough in the last 2 maps. Like they really need to do something about the score on map 1. Like this is just GG.
1,000 bonus for all the viewers that are watching. That's going to push them into at least 2,300 points after map 2, and that's on the away server. The Charger landing at
Oh, got the reset charge.
Oh, this is good damage here. This is good damage with the Nick.
This is the kind of hit you want to see.
What we needed to see. That is a big hit by Team Baller Squad. Nearly getting an in-cap on Nick,
Reloading.
who won't be popping his pills, but that hit just there, Caution, removed 250 bonus.
Did more than like all the rest of their hits.
I wouldn't be too happy there if I was Team 5MO, doing a pretty good job throughout the round, dropping them under 2,000. But that being said, I'd be happy for the round entirety.
So come on, Baller Squads, need to at least start making the comeback here, and at least, you know, even if you're not going to win the match, at least try and win on your home server.
Want a bit of
I believe.
a respectable home server score would be ideal.
Well, I'll tell you one good thing about the upcoming map. I think 5MO are actually going to have to fight someone's tank. I don't think they're going to be able to AI anyone's tank on the next map. So
Well,
at least 2 out of 4 are going to be able to play a tank.
provide some reassurance on map 3, they won't be able to AI any of the tanks. So I wonder what the Discord or Mumble channels like right now, Caution. If we had to go into their times like this, it's real hard to keep your team positive, especially if you're a team captain.
I mean, I think that Asian teams are kind of known for AIing tanks, so they're probably not too surprised, I would say.
This game as a word of advice, people, for all those participants, and then be taking too long for your tanks to commit, or else AI.
Or else these boys are going to AI you.
They're gonna run you back to the safe.
Oh,
With a cheeky bit, and the Charger getting shut down fairly well. The Spitter dropping down the ladder to get some scratch damage.
interesting here. But
think they held the go-go button too hard on that one.
So it's going to allow survivors to get all the way to the other staircase. What died last? Charger as well, so...
Nah. I think it was Smoker that died last. Spitter.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe. So
Spitter.
they do have a charger again, no spit.
Big Cat Boom.
Reload.
Boom is set up behind, everything else outside. Just going to wait for them to commit outside, maybe?
So where'd that charger go? There it is. He's gonna drop on him.
Reloading.
More charges pre-spawn. Someone's outside by themselves. I need to get this skeet.
That
Oh,
is-
he's charged him.
And the Hunter's gonna get the scratches, and the Boomer gets more stumbles, allowing the SI to get more scratch. A bit of damage rolling out onto Team Baller Squad now, with 5MO really picking up after the first hit. A lot of common.
That lightning hit just did so much damage. More damage than I think a few of Baller Squads did
Gotta
combined.
reload.
Well, the bonus they have right now is essentially what they had when they made safe from before getting hit. Oh, a bit of a misplay by that charger. But
Smoking the spit though.
Punches
cover.
rolling on Rochelle. Maybe 3 punches on Rochelle. That's poor clearing by, I'd say Lupe and maybe even Sense were the 2 players that went boomed during that hit, because that's a pretty big hit for a 2-2 setup.
Yeah, someone dodged a charger, but then they didn't clear the smoker straight away. It was, I don't know, maybe it's because they had shotgun, pump shotgun.
Reloading.
Great thing there, you should be able to shut down stuff fairly quickly, if not played.
So not looking too good for Baller Squad at the moment, but hopefully they can
Reloading.
start
nearly
getting
got the
things
same
together
bonus.
and make them out.
The Hunter going for a DP and finds
Oh,
Rochelle.
that's a
at the
miss
back.
skeet, that's a 2-cap.
That's gonna force Rochelle to pop her pills again.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, looking rough for
Think
the
a lot
American
of,
squad.
Use these pills.
Yeah, a lot of nerves must be flying at the moment through the minds of Team Baller Squad. A little flustered and put on the back foot by Team 5MO, who are really showing up this game, especially on their away server, which is more
Gotta reload.
surprising to me, because I thought they'd be I knew they'd be dominant on green ping.
Yeah, they're,
well.
they're looking to be one of the... I mean, they're a top 10 team, but they're looking to maybe be one of the top teams in the tournament with this kind of display. Like,
Got it.
B hop fails
Yeah,
for Sheng. Good pop by Sense. Charger dropping in from behind, trying to charge him into the alarm car. The Smoker might pull him all the way, but fails to do so just. Do they get cheeky?
They just-
Charger is hiding behind the alarm car, trying to bait out any possible shots onto the alarm car, but at least the tank still got the alarm car to work with if they do try pushing it back. But I don't think with this health that should be an option. Like Team Ball, especially to stay forward now.
I think if they try and AI this tank, it's just going to be out of spite because they've had 2 of their tanks AI'd, you know? Like,
Yeah.
pre-spits in, not near anyone.
The boom just touching David towards the end of that hit.
Reloading.
2 kills
They've
between
only
the
got
4
2
of them.
kills,
Yep.
and then 3 people on around 50 health, so...
Worrying times. 3 players now under the health of 50, under 50 HP now, 3 of the players.
Reloading.
They still got this event, like,
Event to go to, yeah.
still got like 1, 2 hits maybe.
200 bonus less. Health bonus is only at 30%, so damage bonus is the only thing keeping them up.
Game
They have a pretty
might
good
send
set here
He's
as well.
charged, ready to rock in from behind. But is now repositioning.
Yeah, maybe looking for the pull charge from in front or something.
Reloading.
They're just happy to let them bleed. Someone also popped their pill.
Yeah, a bit of an early pop by Infested Soul, because the tank had not spawned. He's just gonna bleed out essentially. And,
Oh, someone's gave up the spawn.
randomly, oh dear, why did he push forward? Did he push forward?
That's a 2-cap.
No,
Yeah, he did.
cap. Yeah, Sense, big misplay by Sense by pushing forward away from the team, and
Some help.
I'd be
Yeah,
annoyed. if
opened up
I
a
was
spawn for that charger in the middle there.
No need to push forward at all. Maybe caught the team off guard, or I don't know what he was trying to do. Maybe spawn the tank, but it wasn't the right time with the whole setup. And with that hit, they lose a lot of damage bonus,
Yeah, they
further reducing the
can't
total
even
bonus.
AI this anymore. Like, even if they wanted to, they're just gonna
They'd
have
have to be
to hope
limping
to
away.
survive it.
You can see David limping with that boomer, trying to get a
Oh,
long
he's got
boomer.
it.
Finally gets one on Luke. Hunter going for a huge DP. Oh, 5 minutes
that was
away from a
close.
25. That would have been good to see. That Hunter will try getting another DP, try stumbling the SI. Tank's still got a good amount of health. The jockey's gonna go for a stumble here. Now gets a
Nice jockey.
shell, a long arm, another arm. Just an early in caps on the coach and Ellis here. Whipping one punch there, but should be able to land a punch on Rochelle quite easily. Gets punched into a pretty lucky spot there. Nick running around with his axe out. Sense is
Jockey.
getting baited by this jockey like no tomorrow. Look at this caution. The charger and jockey both baiting
Oh,
him.
he's
He
missed.
manages to get away. Doesn't
Oh, the
get a
jockey got him.
that would have been good, but unfortunately, this sees the end of round 1/5 for Team Ball Squad. It's now, I think, nearly impossible for them to come back. Being
He get up
1300.
onto this hedge.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he's nowhere to go now.
Being 1300 points behind, and they actually needed 4800, 4900 points to win. So they're already looking at, what is that?
This game's, yeah,
Long
they
gone.
can't win anymore. I mean, even after kind of round one.
Looking at 5.
I mean,
Yeah.
map one. To be wiping and making safer with good bonus every map. Alright, so finally we're going to see Baller Squad be able to play some tanks though. PogChamp.
Yeah, going into this map, they're 6100 points behind. 6100 points behind Team Ball Squad. They need to make up those amount of points in the next 2 maps, which is actually not possible.
So now it's just on 5MO to see if they can try and get the 10k over 2 games. Which they should have, unless they wipe on this map.
I got these pills.
Alright, so first hit 2-2, Boomer Spitter, Jockey, Hunt. Hunt's probably just going to try and get a wall kick in somewhere. Let's get a wall kick spit. Classic. Boomer's in, gets a nice 2-boom actually. Hunter's
Nice 2-cap here, rolling down. The
Landed.
jockey might be able to get out, but doesn't really get.
I think the Spitter and the Jockey had different ideas than the Spit. See that little gap there that you usually block? The Spitter pre-spat there, but the Jockey kept taking him up the stairs. If he would have dropped him down into that little hole there, that would have been a lot of damage.
Reload.
Bit of a miscommunication.
Reloading.
This'll work.
Someone just joined? Why do we have 7 people in spec now?
Not sure. But, hit coming up. Waiting for the run back maybe. Oh, they missed it. Missed their chance. They might just elect to hit one here on the run back. Charges in, charges out. Jockey spawned up in the room. Catches Rochelle for a second tier.
We need to be closing these slots so people don't just keep joining the server.
I think this made only one slot open, so we just need him to change. Tank is in though, already down to 70%. Survivor's doing a good job. That was a nice early pounce, but the tank's walked away from it.
What is the tank doing? Who is that? David.
This tank's.
I mean, the Hunter got a good.
no-hitter.
Nick doing a good option, then run into the safe room. But the Hunter landed
And he ran away from the.
on.
When a hunter lands, the play there usually is like get that early pounce, and then you can just throw a rock, hit him, and then once he gets up after the rock, you can punch him again.
You need to be able to capitalize on that. It's a waste of a spawn.
We got goo coming.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
So
but
apparently, it doesn't matter if they play their tanks.
Tank for no
first two
tank.
get AI'd, and
I
then
think the AI tanks are doing more damage at the moment. Caution. On their own. Tanks in the hands of young blood sense.
yeah, he's excited to get to play a tank. Hopefully, he can get some damage here. 5 may seem to be pretty good at kiting, so spawn's gonna be, or tank's gonna have to be aware of that.
Good amount of chip here. Before the tank even starts running in, it's already lost 500 health. That smoker going for the early pull, but I don't think that's a ambitious smoke spawn so early, giving the survivors an indication as to where it is. That
Cool
charge
charger
comes
land.
out Shell with 1 pound. Tank won't be able to catch up to the shell though, nor can he land a rock.
Oh, nice
on
2 cap.
Coach, but he's parking the bussy pretty heavily, trying to make sure that Nick doesn't get cleared, and a good
Nice
rock on the
rock.
coach. Nice tank finally rolling out in the hands of Sense. If could put any positivity back on the team, they should be able to really appreciate the work he's done with that tank, because compared to the other ones he's
wrong
had,
with you?
of course another good tank, I'd say. 1 down.
You're good, you're good.
So far, that's the only tank been played by a player on Baller Squad that's done damage.
Correct. On their
Nice.
home anyway.
Yeah, that was definitely a good SI though. Charger landed towards the safe room and they got that 2 cap at the back. It was very nice.
Playing a little passive at the moment, making sure they hold on to as much bonus as they can, just hurt them a little more. 930 bonus at the moment as a 5MO move into the next quarter.
2-2 here, but they could do a lot with this charge spit. Jockey spawned up.
Ooh, good fear.
Insta
Maybe
clear
a
on the chart.
good block by Nick.
It was pretty smart.
Inevitable boom pop onto Coach there, but they should be able to progress through the map now. Finding melee weapons at the back. Zin, but they should be able to get through, and if they can push and put some pressure on the SIs setting up, they might be able to get to the big hallway.
It looks
But,
like they're going for it.
Not sure they
Slow
they've
down
been
a
playing
bit.
fine. Yeah, they're slowing things up a little and making sure they clear the rooms out room by room. Don't walk into hits, which is also
Oh, look at this hunter pre-spawned in the hallway already with the charge spit ready to back it up.
He's gonna look.
He's gonna be able to
right.
see it.
Yeah, he's already seen it. I think he's
Oh,
already
no.
seen it. Nick hasn't seen it though, but gets. Oh, the spitters fucked it. Unfortunately, they hadn't been able to land the spitter. I think there
That
may
was
have
pretty
been
scary.
miscom. Yeah, a bit of
I
miscommunication.
think Coach just saw it backed up into the room because he had his pistol out. Then Nick just ran out.
Nick, I think, was unaware because Coach had already bobbed in and out twice. So I think Nick thought Zin just thought it was all clear. Got the signal to push right through. 1 hit to go, caution. We're looking at 660 bonus.
Yeah, they don't have a spit here either, so I'm not really expecting too
Dropping
much
to 3k
damage.
this map. There's a set of pills too at the
Ooh.
front to the left, which I assume will be seen by the Infect Survivor team. One of the common areas for pills to spawn. I think Coach just saw the pills. Yep.
It's gonna be a quad. Last second quad, is it? Oh, they got a spitter. This isn't
Spitter.
that great.
They haven't got a charger, they've only got separation spawns. Jockey trying to make a difference at the back and cut down the Hunter. The spitter clear
Keep the
on
spit though. That's just gonna be a safe room with what have they got?
Safe room.
5. Essentially, they're dropping
665 bonus.
dropping the 3k, 3.3k after that round. Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, well played to 5MO. They're looking strong even on the ping. And a couple of weird hits that they've taken a lot of damage to, but nonetheless, looking strong.
Absolute domination at the moment by, well, not by Team Ball Squad. Hopefully they just take this game now. It is only a round 1 Swiss match, so most of the lower seed teams will be paired against the higher seed teams. That's only natural, but the games do get easier for the lower seed teams, so they could just take this game as a learning curve, I suppose, and try to really pick up on those mistakes and lessons.
I think
learned,
this
I
team's
suppose.
also not really looking to play too competitively. They're just like kind of playing, have fun, probably get along with each other well.
Well, Lupe's taken off his, gotten rid of the clan tag. If to provide some sort of indication as to how he's feeling at the moment. The Jockey does
That's
manage.
a lot of spit damage.
Jockey manages to block Nick in the spit there. So beating him up.
Took a lot of damage on that
Lot.
first hit.
It's really demotivating, I suppose, for teams, the newer teams anyway, that just look to have fun because they just end up getting tilted. Then we get told as, you know, admin that we're going to be pulling our team out. So hopefully
Yeah.
none of that happens after the first round of Swiss. It's only round 1 of 6, so I'm hoping everyone's aware that there's a long way to go.
Look at Rochelle going back. See, oh, here she comes. Where is she going?
That Hunter could have easily just popped through that broken wall and got... Who is that? Why is Infested Soul so far back? Honestly, look at that. And as I said, the Hunter is going for Infested Soul and will hunt, but luckily David pushed back and got a good clear on it. But that was very unnecessary separation by Team Baller Squad.
If they knew where the tank spawned, they could probably even chip it here.
They should know where the
They
tank
didn't have
spawned, so they had
spawns up. Could have definitely got a bit of chip here. And they don't have a good setup here for this tank commit. They have 3 shotguns, 1 Uzi. Although it looks like someone might be going back for an Uzi, so they're gonna have 2-2. Which, I don't know, it isn't bad, but for this kind of tank commit, I think you definitely want 3 Uzis.
Reloading.
forcing Nick to go to yellow health, meaning he'll be popping his pills as soon as the tank commits. With that sack order though, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a Charger, Smoke and Boomer.
Seems right so far, yeah. So they're gonna have a boomer for this commit. Not
Sure, they-
ideal.
Oh my god! Into two! I think the survivors just walked into that one. Nick being a little hoarded there as the tank rolls in. And
Oh, he's got the early pull as well.
early pull and early corner on his own, so this is good work by Team 5MO. And a lot of damage straight away. Sense will go down with the tank still on about 20-30% health. The Charger will try stopping Rochelle, who walks right into the bloody tank. What the hell? Nice, nice
Charger.
punch. Might be it. Oh, nice double punch followed by another double punch. Gee,
I hit him away, unfortunately, but
Squad rather.
this is a lot
hitting-
of damage.
Whipping a punch there. Whipping another
Oh.
punch there. Good juke
Lupe,
by
God!
Hey God!
Oh,
Take
someone
the frying
died.
pan- Take the frying pan off his head.
David died from that charge.
Well, they didn't clear that charger, unfortunately, the entire way through, but
Alice, I'm surprised you lasted.
can't imagine the next tank won't be wiping.
Yeah, that was only the first tank. This is probably going to be a wipe for the North American team. Someone's getting jockeyed forward. Hunter's going to cover. Gets the cover. Oh no, no.
Reloading.
No. I think Lupe's
Ain't this a
kind of giving up here.
That'll keep me tight.
Known for his
Oh, they're just going forward, which, yeah, it kind of makes sense. It's going to be pretty hard to actually kill this tank.
walking into a tank is what I'm thinking here with a punch. I mean, I don't see why you'd want to walk into a tank then hold F when you're dead anyway.
Beat that.
Tank just following the survivors at the moment. Just chilling. Bit of an escort. But that will be the end for Team Baller Squad. And they are
And they've
GG'd
GG'd it.
Yeah. I believe David saying finale, but I think Lupe has had enough.
He changed it to finale.
I'm happy to see both teams seeing the light side to it, but
There's
rough.
another thing as well. You'd like to see teams actually playing out these kind of games. Like, even though that Baller Squad have clearly lost and probably lost from like just map 2, it's good to see them at least playing out the game, you know?
Yeah, it's a bit rough at the moment, I'd say.
I'd say they're probably just having fun with it. They know they've lost this game, not really, you know, can't get too worked up about
I hope
anything at
so.
this point.
Really hope so.
Hills. Yeah, no. Nah, man.
For the viewers at home, there's a bit of a long break now after this game finishes till the next scheduled about 7.5 hours. Yeah, about 7.5 hours till the next game, which will be between one of the popular teams in E, Thug Life and Co.
What was that, sorry?
Thug Life team is Quickly.
Oh, I can't think of what their team is called.
I just said it quickly.
Oh, Quick Cleans, yeah.
Cleans
Versus
versus-
In Sacks.
Sacks, which is a newly formed majority of it from New Zealand. Another Team Oz.
Reloading.
I'm not gonna
Again,
lie,
they're
we're
a
not.
newly formed team, so that's going to be a very interesting game to see play out.
Charge forward. One.
Amount of damage rolling onto Team 5MO, who I think are just trying to finish off this game now, based off the first hit and just continuing to play on. Just want to get the game over with because they've obviously got a quite comfortable win. But yeah, in about 7.5 hours, which may be late for some of the viewers, but we're gonna have Team Quick Cleans.
Gotta reload.
It's a high seed game. Quick Cleans were currently the second ranked team in the tournament of 40 teams, or 38 teams rather. First in Sacks, again a newly formed Australian team who I think were ranked 21.
21?
Good opportunity for a new team to pick up on or learn a few things from a team with the caliber of, you know, Josie and Thug Life, and plenty of learning opportunities there.
Josie and Thug Life +2.
+2, whoever the hell the other guys are. No, I'm just joking. Look, they're a good team, Caution.
Yeah, they
C2 for a reason.
yeah. I think that game's also going to be a 1-gate LA as well, so
Yep, I didn't pick up on that. That'll be a one match.
but back into this game, Baller Squad have actually done a decent amount of damage, like not crazy, but it's not, you know,
It's good
too
to see
little.
some damage on the board from Team Baller Squad. Got a little quiet there, not gonna lie. hard to support them, but they're doing a good job with Infect this round. With the Jockey opting to take a ladder that is failing to climb, but eventually gets in and resets Ellis.
Reloading here.
As they approach the tank, which will be in the hands of Zenz, who's been one of their most consistent tank players, so not sure how we're giving the away server. I know
Pretty easy to be the most consistent tank when 3 of your tanks players haven't done damage.
Hey man, give me some space, alright? I need some breathing space for some positivity for Team Ball as well. Rolling in that log, I'm not too sure
Oh, that's a
why
death punch! That's a death punch!
No! What are you doing, tank? Death punch! Death punch! And see you later. Oh, yep.
No!
No. Pretty much the highlight of Team Ball at the moment. Who Kiyomi recognized as being saved or given another life. That smoker would be frustrated, I suppose, given that tank was just that player. Kiyomi was a sitting duck, landing a good punch on Rochelle there, and another punch on pushing him into a bit of a tight situation.
Oh, that's a 2-cap at the back there, actually.
Very good 2-cap with Rochelle.
No kills either. What tank?
Should be able to get Ellis, who gets an in-cap. Tank is just going to play around a little with the very little health he's got left. I think Kanaka is just going to hold this.
Doesn't want to take the roll.
Still on first pass. He might be able to get a lucky.
HP.
Oh! There we go. Nice air boom landing by Lupe. Good amount of damage rolling now. And that log whacks him in the forehead and essentially in-caps him.
Oh, what an
Jockey
M2 on the jockey.
Got punched and killed. That log rolling on Rochelle back and forth. Easy. And that's a Team White first of its kind for this match from Team Bull.
Finishing on a good note.
High note.
Infected. Just hope they can. Now they just need to make it on Survivor. And at least they had a good.
Reduce the death. Let me just tell you the numbers they need.
I don't think any fan of Ball Squad would want to hear the numbers for this game at the moment. Because I'm pretty sure it's floating around 10k if you combine the scores for 5 MO.
Not exactly 10k, but it's looking at about 7.7 thousand. Quite high number.
Are you sure? I thought they got 6.5 or 6.4.
Difference was about.
Oh, difference, yeah.
Yeah, difference was 4,800, and then the difference now is about 2k alone, 2.9 rather. So it's still a healthy amount. Definitely not possible. They can only get a third of what's required.
I got these pills.
It's alright, we believe in
Max.
Baller Squad. Lupe God gonna pop off here. Shotgun heavy again as well. And we've said it before. Let's smack forward. Oh, the double!
Oh no. Just when we start seeing positive things going for Team Baller Squad, it's right back. 1 step forward, 3 steps backwards. However, they made it out alive. A lot more presence of the Asian community now on Twitch. Good to see some supporters out there.
Come and watch the boys play.
Shout out to Blob.
Pretty good job representing their regional plan.
What, you want to give it a bit of a shout out to Blob there, Caution, who's sitting in Twitch?
Oh, help me!
Help me!
Gotta reload.
Oh, I didn't even notice that David's already had to pop his bills. What happened? Just take Charger, and then I think the second did he just sat in some spit for a bit. It's not Mountain Dew, bro.
The classic NA terminology that these guys are familiar with.
Got
Charger 360. Hunter dancing around, finally lands on Best Soul. which I don't get why his name is Nurse Jenny's Ghost right now. I don't get the background to that, but we'll let it fly.
Infested soul. We'll let it go.
Let it go. He's our boy. He's one of the most enthusiastic casters we're going to see in this community.
Weapons over here.
2v2 coming out. Smoker Priest spawned up top.
Priest fit on the boxes actually, and just manages to land him on the boxes actually, separating Rochelle. But Lupe God is watching both sides, making sure all is good with that 51% SI. Shout out
Charges
to Lupe.
saving from quad charge.
Saving.
Reloading.
Grabbing heels.
Reloading.
Oh, they actually have the quad. Sending it in.
Oh, nearly got a double. The jockey trying to find Rochelle, running around in circles. Oh no. That
Got
was
the M2 when he shot melee the charger.
perfect way to finish this match. Perfect way to
That
finish
was-
this match.
I thought that was actually a double charge then. That was
Yeah,
really
I-
close.
Not Infested Soul walked into that charger like I do in my games.
But that was Infested Soul with the clutch M2 on the jockey. Getting some clears. Clutch God.
Identity pointing out that the jockey got iPadded.
Gotta reload.
Hunter's in, Hunter lands. Oh, this is...
And that is a bit of Mountain Dew sizzle sizzle going on for Infested Soul.
Reloading here. You got time for this.
Bit of a learning lesson here for Dino. If you're watching, that you don't need to hold the spitter for 5 hits for this boomer.
Take notes, Dino. Will they get the, oh, they don't have a charger. Spitter's in. Jockey's out. Spitter's out. Hunter's gonna come in for some slaps, I'd say. Oh, he's missed!
No,
Oh, you got him that time.
I can't take Lupe seriously with a frying pan on his head.
He's charged.
Reloading here.
I'm too young to feel this old.
Shit, this hurts.
Can't really see
Alright.
them.
Tank,
Reload.
Zin,
Yeah, that'll help.
Sin.
Who's it? Zin. Oh, he's hit the box. That's not hittable. Oh, he's in.
Tank rolling in. Lupe.
Oh, Lupe!
Tank a fucking Mexican standoff and being hit. Oh no, 2 hits and I think Sense is crawling away, managing to weave out of the charger, but we'll get smoked. While the smoker races Nick, and we'll do a bit of a loopy loop.
Little spawn.
Classic Lupe God pointing out as a good half in binary. Shell will happily eat the rock just to finish the pain.
I'm down.
Meanwhile, Sense is
Sense
running.
is going for the distance. Oh, he's
Please don't worry.
that's the game. Baller squad
So,
losing on their home set. 3,914 to 1,648 on home server. You hate to see it.
yeah, look, 5MO brought their A game, being one of the top seed teams and deservedly too. Winning by a staggering 7,000 points against Team Baller Squad, who are fairly new and just, I suppose, playing for a bit of fun. Nevertheless, they had a few good moments there throughout the match, but I suppose heavily outshone by 5MO, who really turned it up on the away match.
Showed us why they're 10C. But I think that's all for now. we're not going to have another game on for quite
Another?
a while.
About 7 hours. Next game will be in about 7 hours to watch the top Oz team take on one of the top EU teams. Stay tuned for those of you who
Should
want to
be a
stick.
cracker.
If you want to stick around and listen out to the rest of Vanille's doof doof music in the background.
But yeah, that's
Peace out.
that's gonna end it here. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you in the next match.
Okay, right.